Hi, folks. Yeah, I know I'm hardly in the picture, but then I think the rainbows are wonderful. I've got a few extra crystals, so I'm getting some rainbows in here as well from the sunset. Okay, I'm a sucker for rainbows, just like for coconuts, so when they're on, it makes me want to record and share the rainbows with you. This is from 10/4 of this year, 2010, the second of that day, and the Mayan day was one monkey. Keep in mind that if I talk about a new trecena that starts on this or that, in this case, one monkey, that the monkey energy comes round and round again and again, and so does the one. So it's not outdated. That's a linear way of looking at time to think that that dates this. It doesn't. All right. This one is in the Examining the Media series, in this case, the Internet, the True Mayan Calendar, or Deceit on the Internet. It's the start of a new trecena today with the one monkey coming up on the Mayan calendar. Well, on one of them, on the main one we use. The Mayans have quite a number of calendars, but I only use what is called the Tzolk'in. This one is actually a combination of two other calendars, which should be obvious, the way the cycles of numbers continually intersect with the Mayan sun signs. And that's not said just right, but anyway, it's the intersection of a 260-day calendar with a 360-day calendar they have that gives us the Tzolk'in calendar. For more on what this is all about and some of the deeper meanings involved, I recommend the lectures of Ian Lungold. I'll put up a link to one I uploaded to my Blip TV site in the transcript on Scribd, but you can find all of his lectures at mayanmagics.com for yourself, links in the transcript. Listen to any of them, they're all good, and all pretty thoroughly cover the basics of this. Moving on. On to what I don't quite know right now, but enough of that anyway. So, what is next? I am open and nothing comes. Now that doesn't happen too often. Glad I'm not doing this one live, so I'll just sit here a moment. And I did. One monkey. Monkey is the weaver of time and an auspicious sign for new beginnings. Both the one and the monkey sun sign support that. Monkey weaves ideas as threads into the fabric of our reality. Some say the monkey creates or spins time. Being highly curious and intelligent, as well as playful and irreverent, monkey energy can certainly be enjoyed, if we get into the stream with it, that is. Have to take ourselves less seriously for that, though, or we'll run into some reality constructs that just don't support such seriousness. Monkeys also do a lot of jumping from this to that, so this may not be the best trecena for getting things done. For attention to detail, we shall see. Just remember to be playful with life, and you'll do just fine here. So, happy one monkey to you all. Celebrate it. Why not? Why not celebrate life as it comes, as it flows to you? However they got the information, I really don't care. The fact is that the Maya were really tuned into something quite cosmic in their creation of this calendar and all the rest. Oh well. I will take a moment to place what amounts to the standard reservation on all of this, which is this. There's a huge load of BS on the internet surrounding the Mayan calendar. So many purport to know so much about it, even using it to make prophecy and the like. I think if you'll just take time to listen to even one of Ian's lectures, you'll be inoculated against the bulk of this. Oh, I'm losing my rainbows. See, I have trees on this side of me as well, so the sun will peek out now and then. All right, so call it a meditation. Just close your eyes and listen. Okay, Ian too was once one of those people peddling what he understood to be the real Mayan calendar to people. When he came in contact with one of the Mayan elders in South America, I think, or maybe Mexico, I don't recall. Anyway, when he asked this elder about it, he was told he was quite off base. Now, this was no small thing to Ian Lungold because he had based his business on his work with this Mayan calendar he was using, called the dream spell. This invalidated on the spot all of his products, which, among other things, were the paper place settings used by so many restaurants. All of them, just like that, became useless to Ian. Why? Because of his deep streak of integrity. I'm sure you'll recognize that. Most of us have it. It may be hidden a bit, but we can at least relate to the dire spot Ian was in. He could no more sell what he knew to be incorrect, so he destroyed his stock and had to start over again. And that's what he did. What I'm saying is that Ian learned, at some considerable cost to himself, to identify what was true and what was not true use of the Mayan calendars. They have about 20 or so for their various purposes, even one tracking the cycles of Venus. And it's a matter of using the right one for the right job here. And Ian did that. And he came back from his loss. Then later, he linked up with a real scientist who was also studying the right calendar, Dr. Carl Kalleman from Sweden, who started this study as a hobby. It became so much more than that, though, and his work received approval from those same Mayan elders. His basic understandings were considered correct. And that is why I go to the website and the teachings on the Mayan calendar that I do. They're not just one of many. That is one of the major strategies or tactics, rather, of the dark side: information overload. Once they realized, these dark guys, that they'd lost control of the internet and they weren't going to be able to keep it private for their own uses, they were pretty distressed and disgusted. They know two things: information is power, and people getting together is power. They had no intention of letting either one happen, so they were really in the soup there for a while. What would they do? Well, as part of expanding your perspective and your ability to switch and be flexible with perspectives on things, let's look at it from their perspective. What were they to do? They felt crushed, but not for long, of course. There's a lot of genius operating there, just perverted genius, the way they use it, or perverted use of it, and that is all. Well, I guess I don't need to tell you what was done. We have all the evidence of it we need. Yes, they bombarded the internet with a bunch of false stuff. With their intense cleverness, they made to look very real. Information overload, no doubt you've heard of that too. They don't even need to lie too much. Just overload with a bunch of peripheral stuff and make it look important. Their darker assault is on the truth and all truth tellers. The ones they allow to survive, that is, for many have sudden heart attacks or meet with strange illnesses or accidents. Now, their days of such tight control as that are really fading now. Their control has been quite breached and exposed. Not thoroughly, but at least we're seeing it. So, actual agents of the dark force were sent out as spy types, agents to infiltrate the bright organizations, the ones peddling the truth. That's one of the reasons, dear friends, it is wise to steer clear of almost anything, or excuse me, almost any organization. That whole form and structure of operation is too vulnerable to this. So, as disinformers, they enter and cause maximum damage after first endearing themselves to the leaders, the visionaries, the central core of the organization. Only then do they generally do their worst work. And it teaches us to be wary of trust, doesn't it? Trust in anything but our own heart, that is. So you can fill in the rest. That is, if you've got the courage to look at such things. Those still caught in the only love and light philosophy certainly do not choose to see this. They just close their eyes to it, so many of them do. This is perhaps symptomatic of also closing their eyes to the darkness within as well. And parenthetically, I say, that is symptomatic. The New Age movement, too, has been infiltrated the same way the internet has, to lead us astray. Okay, that's none of our business, though. I suggest we get above all of that, please. Your business is your life. Mine is my life. You're not here to instruct or control the life of anyone else. That's just not wise either for you or for them, and they don't like it. How does the saying go? You can't teach a pig to sing. It sounds terrible and it just annoys the pig, or something like that. Honestly, there is room for live and let live. Correcting others is just not the way to go. Sure, put your truth out there. If you see or hear something and it inspires your spirit to rise up and speak, and that checks out with heart, do that by all means, or perhaps write it down. It is how it is done that is so important, though. Put it out as a blog or a vlog. Share your truth openly that way, perhaps. I mean, come on. Obviously, that's what I do here often enough. I speak out on media and lots of strange things, things that upset me in a way, where I learn to see clearly what is wrong and to the heart of that. So I speak. You never find me doing anything but offering or sharing my views, though. I'm neither trying to convert nor control anyone else's views. Those are strictly your choice. I just figure that if the message that bothered me is out there in circulation, well then, I'll put my understanding out there with it. Do you see? Then I trust Source to bring the right people here to listen to what is being offered. I've done what I can and done it publicly where it is easily available to people. Come on, I know this is a small channel, a small effort. Don't see with mind eyes that way. That's all mixed up. Things are not small or large like that. They are small or large by the light that's within them, by their frequency, the power of light or truth they contain. That's a real measure, not numbers of subscribers or views or the like. Those are fun to look at, but they're nothing really. The right people, the right timing, not how many. Okay, it seems I could go on forever about this, so enough. I'll see you later. I already have another journal percolating up, and I'm happy to go to it. It's about the mother light. and hummingbirds. Good day.